In this video I'm going to show how to assemble this Carburettor IG770 generator. So I have cleaned the carburetor. You can see it here. It looks much better than before from both sides. Also I cleaned the air filter. It was quite dirty. It was like, alright, that's the air filter. See it here. I have put a little bit oil on top, just to prevent the dust from coming into the filter itself. And we also have this additional swamp we need to put. Alright, this is how it is attached. Most of the generators are used in warm weather, like more than +5, +10, especially those small generators like in campings and things like this. Alright, so I'm going to attach also so we have here the small servo that controls our carburetor. So instead of governor, like the normal governor that you can find on Honda GX160 or on snowblowers or whatever. So instead they use this servo that controls the throttle body, as you can see here. I'm going to install it. It's a little bit tricky to get it in. I'll try one more time. Yes, so you have to adjust the rotor of the small servo and the throttle body lever, the controller. Might be a little bit tricky. Right, so just make sure that you adjust it and that it's aligned. Alright. Now we have to put it back. here's the air filter. It's assembled completely. Just need to put it on top. So the breather, we have here the breather cap and also the hose that comes into the filter, so everything that comes from the valve just goes back into the air intake. Now we have to nuts, like I think it's 8mm. A little bit tricky, so you have to be careful. Make sure you put things like this cap on top. You have to make sure that everything is connected. So this is the cap that goes on top. We have the carburetor, right? We have this controller of the fuel, comes in here, right? Then we have so it comes in here in the carburetor. It's a little bit tricky. Okay, this one is fixed. This one should be connected. Alright, now the air filter. Putting the air filter in here. The breather. That goes on top of it. Looks fine. Have to see that, yeah, partly this one needs to go in here. So make sure that you remember all the hoses and how they connect it to each other. Alright. assembled. Let me see. Just going to double check if things are in place. Here we have hoses. Hoses are connected to drain the whatever fuel is left. Right. Now we have these two places for the hoses, so make sure to touch them. Breather, this one goes in place. Now everything is in place. The assembly, I'm going to start with the front panel. So this is the front panel. I have cleaned it a little bit, but it's still dirty, so I'm going to use some oil afterwards. It's not a problem. So what you need to put the fuel control. Make sure that this one is clean, because sometimes it's actually got some kind of dust inside, and then you can't get any spark in the generator. So make sure that you have this one clicking, the sound is clicking. The starter cord, the fuel control switch. Yes, so I'm going to put this one first, and then I'm going to assemble the second part. And this is really tricky part. Let me see. So a few things that I will have to put is our starting cord, this one. I have the fuel distribution panel, I think it's like a breather in here. I have the fuel switch, right, and then I have this small connector in there, so the one that breaks the kill switch basically. Right, it's really a tricky part. So first you want to put the start cord in there, just make sure that you have it out. Alright, the next one comes, let me see. Really challenging to get it in. So we have 2 screws, this one here, and then 2 screws on top of this one. Right. Let me see. It's a very compact generator, and I have to admit that it's really well designed. Except this kill switch that sometimes get the sand in and you can't really do anything about it. Actually, I think it's better to use this wrench. It's way more efficient than a screwdriver. Don't forget this small connector. Alright, plus you have to put these rubber dampers in here. because you have to remember like everything, how and which direction is assembled, because otherwise, yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Alright, and don't forget the dampers. So you need to check that all the cables are in place, you don't have anything loose or that can be broken by the screw that you will tight. Okay, so this is almost all except the part that I will have to install. So it should be, let me see, it should be like this. Yeah. Actually the trickiest part. Plus here you have the fuel hose from the fuel tank. So this is the hose that goes up to the fuel tank. Don't forget it. It's a very tricky thing. So we have the panel cover in here. Cover. Yes, so this one goes like this. You have the screw on the bottom and then you have this ventilation also on the top. is how it looks like. Make sure that everything is in place, and then you have all things assembled. Because it's really tricky to put the whole thing back. Right, now the fuel tank.